Hey you guys, I'm going to be working at the same time I'm doing this video, so please bear with me. Trying to basically kill two birds with one stone, or actually a couple birds with one stone, because you guys know I actually don't do videos every day, even though I put them out every day. I'll sit and do maybe once or twice a week. I'll do like maybe 10 videos at one time, back to back to back to back, and just leave it on my computer, and then just periodically, upload them. So I'm actually on probably video number 7 or 6 right now, but I'm also working and doing orders and weighing things, packages. So please bear with me if I'm looking around and things like that while I'm doing the video. Um, okay, so I'm doing this video because I know a lot of people are asking. They just haven't physically out of their mouth communicated it and asked me the question. But people that have followed me for a while, I'm pretty sure they're wondering, how does Daddy feel about me having the surgery? Because you guys know that he is a chubby chaser. And if you guys don't know what a chubby chaser is, that's somebody that specifically their type is a person that is a big girl. And that is my husband. He is a chubby chaser. Um, my husband loves every inch of me. He loves to squeeze and feel and all of that good stuff that chubby chasers are known for. Um, and people probably want to know, well, if he's a chubby chaser and that's his type, then how is he going to feel when you have the surgery and lose weight? Well, first of all, I don't think I'm ever going to be a small girl. I don't think that I'm physically able to. I think that also I do have a food addiction, and I don't think that I'll be able to be skinny because I still will always battle food. I just will have assistance with it. And I will have something to help me with not going overboard. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'm weighing this package. Put it on the scale. Okay, so I don't think that I'll be able to ever be skinny. Um, Second of all, I am blessed to have a husband that actually fell in love with me and not my body. I'm blessed to have married my husband who was my friend. Um, I'm blessed to have married a man that we were actually at our lowest time in life. And anything that we built after that could only be up. So because of our values, because of who I am, because of who I am to him, because of whose I am, in my faith, because my husband does find that very attractive. Um, a husband that has a spiritual base or a spiritual side, not always living right, okay, not always doing everything perfect. That's not what I'm saying. A husband that values. The Bible says a man that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. And a husband that actually fears God and tries to follow by God's principles. When he sees a woman's relationship with Christ, it draws him to her even more. It makes her even more desirable and attractive. And I'm not talking about sexual aspect. So because of all these things, this is why it's not going to move him as much as some would think. Now, would he prefer me to be heavy? Yes, but he prefers me also to live. And again, when you're talking about a husband that doesn't just desire you for your flesh and just desire you because of your curves or your shape, then that's when you're getting into, you found a husband that values you beyond those things. So therefore, if those things were to happen, his love for you won't change. Now, The Bible even talks of men being visual creatures. Yes, they are visual creatures, but they also a certain type of man I'm talking about right now. I'm not talking about your average Joe Blow walking up and down the street slinging rocks. I'm not talking about him because he may not have a spiritual foundation. And then again, he may have. I'm talking about a certain type, though, a certain type of man. Um, I'm talking about a spiritual husband, a spiritual man. Um, I believe that he, even though he's a visual creature, I believe that visual creatures don't necessarily mean visual to the physical shape. Visual creature can be that he is visually attracted to your eyes, your face, your bone structure, your the way that you do your hair, the way that you keep your nails done. If he likes feet, it could be visually he's attracted to your feet. It could be anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be, it doesn't have to be your bust size, or it doesn't have to necessarily be the size of your behind or the shape of your behind. Um, so therefore, even though he may like those things are not his end all and be all. Um, and I do strongly believe, and I strongly believe that my husband is uh, is and will be attracted to me regardless. Not just from his words that he's told me, because he has expressed that, but because of the fact of who he is, the fact that we have a certain kind of bond and we have a certain level of respect, and we have a certain amount of love between each other. We have a certain amount of genuinely caring for one another. Um, and when you have that, it's just like if somebody would say, will your husband be with you after if you got in a car accident and your face is damaged? If you married that type of husband that would leave you, that's sad. That's really sad. I actually feel sorry for you then. Because then that means that he only valued you. You're only value to him, not to everybody else, and not to yourself, but to him, the man that you um, decide to have a covenant with, and to marry. He only valued you for that. It's just like if you was to get, like I said, gain weight, which I have done since I've married Chuck. Um, would he love me less because I gained weight? It's a lot of men out there that do. It's a lot of men out there that do. And unfortunately, it's a lot of women that out there that marry that type of man. And then they are surprised or wonder why later on he doesn't hold you high through his actions. Then they wonder later on why he, because you gain weight, he's turning looking at the next chick, or going further than turning looking at her, but actually laying up with her. Then you wonder why. You wonder why because you only value yourself because of your flesh. So therefore, he's going to only see that in you too. If you sit and turn and only value yourself as for your flesh, he's not going to value you no more than that either. Why would he? You understand what I'm saying? Because he sees your value. He sees your value is exactly what you value, which is just your flesh. You haven't worked on any other parts of you besides your flesh. You haven't worked on your spirit, man. You haven't worked on anything. So therefore, he sees only what you display, and that is your body. But if you're a woman that has many layers to you and you show all of those layers, and he's grown to love and appreciate all of them, then therefore, if one thing is taken away, he still has all of those other layers that he is compelled and drawn to. And he won't give that up. He won't give up that special jewel, that special woman, that gift to him, which is the wife. He won't give her up because of some other things are missing that he is accustomed to, because it's 25 other things that's still there, that's still of value, that's still of importance to him. So I hope I answered that question. Yeah, and not everybody's going to be like that. And that's something that people have to look into and evaluate. And it starts with who you marry, because with time things change, and you never know what can happen in the future. It could be an accident. It could be weight gain. It could be weight loss. It could be babies. It could be anything. So that's why you have to have a certain foundation with the person that you marry. Not saying that it's a perfect foundation, because our foundation, we started off, we started off at a very stressful time in our life. So it doesn't mean that our foundation was great, but our spiritual foundation, the foundation that mattered, the caring for one another, the placing each other high, and the respect for one another, that was from the jump. That had to be developed even further after we got married, and we've done that. But it was still there. It was still sparked there. So I hope this has answered any questions. Nobody asked a question, but I know that people that know us and that have been riding with us for the 2 years I've been on YouTube, for the 2 years, I know people that know how Chuck is. They probably want to know how that's gonna work. But yeah. So I hope this has answered your question, you guys. I love you all so much. Thank you for tuning in, and be blessed.